You know, if I have the little guy out here today, we're gonna talk about some serious stuff. So let's get right into it. Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Mr. 4 here. Today I am back to have a channel update video. It's been about 6-7 years since I've done a channel update video. The last one I did was in G. That's how you know how old we are. And a lot has changed since then. A lot. I mean, if you go back and check like my Malkuv deck profile that I did in V about a few years ago, I was still doing like my 150 sub special. And now I'm doing a 700 sub special. I skipped like 200, 300, 400, 500, I think 600. And that's really thanks to all of you. Honestly, I couldn't get here without all of your help and all of your support. And I really thank you. There was a large period of time last year where I really considered quitting. It's really not easy to do not only deck profiles that I test and go through and present you stuff and still be able to juggle the rest of my stuff in my life. Like, I still play this game relatively competitively. I still go to WGPs about as many times as I can per year. I still have a full-time job. I still have school. It's not easy. I also have family commitments as well. A lot of that, to be honest. And I am only motivated to keep doing it because of the support and love that you guys show. That I have people come up to me and say, "Oh, thank you so much. If not for you, I wouldn't have learned something through a deck profile or your explained videos or just anything for that matter." A lot of people shat on Cristianos as it came out. A lot of people created tier lists where they placed them all the way to the bottom. And after I did their profile, suddenly, oh, Cristianos is now the deck to beat. Now everyone wants to be like Cristianos or if not better. The order call that you see people playing in Reza and Luat, I covered it 2 years ago in my MLB Secret Meta video in December of 2022. All this is stuff that I can only accomplish and present if given the chance to test, if I have enough time to prepare and go through a deck profile that I can show and hopefully help someone. And yes, I still make mistakes here and there. I mean, that's completely to be expected. But beyond all that, you guys still come back and you guys do support me. And to be honest, I'm still very grateful. And this is a thank you video. Thank you very much for all of your support. Next up on my agenda to go through today, yes, I actually wrote out like a script, is to go through like the plan for the rest of the year. My plan for this year is going to stay the same as all my other years. It's going to be based on the release schedule that Wishwood puts out per year. And I'm going to be very honest, it's honestly very difficult. It's very hard to be able to keeping up with the set releases on and on again. And then there are some periods where there's just no set releases or they do alternate formats, which, let's be real, don't do very well. And it's very hard, even though I try and maintain to do deck profiles that I care about or deck profiles that I feel meaningful for D and also V, because I do have a V audience. I do have people that are, they do want to watch V on my channel, and I'm very grateful. And that's why I still do try to keep up about one V deck profile per month. And for the months that I don't get that much, I don't have a D set to go through, I probably will try and do some more V, but that all still takes time and testing, and it's draining. It's not easy to be able to keep up with this tempo and to put it out, especially when, not every video does well. I mean, there's a reason why no one does YouTube full time. People are leaving. MadPat leaves, I think, end of this week. And it's all pretty obvious why. Because, it's just not sustainable as a model to live off of. And that's really the thing. And moving on to that, I want to talk about the cost of all this. Beyond, opportunity costs where, sitting down and filming and testing takes up time from either me playing competitively or being able to spend time with my family and friends to be able to enjoy their company, or me being able to catch up on my research papers and studying. It also is more rather than not a financial cost as well, because it also costs me money to be able to buy and go through these decks. I don't just steal them from shops, And this was especially apparent to me recently when I was doing my quick start deck profiles, when I was going through the different lists, besides the ones I borrowed or ones I built myself. I realized I couldn't even finish all 6. I didn't even have the money to finish building Master Jess because of the nature of Dark State staples. They're just not cheap, right? And I wanted to be able to cover full deck profiles for all of them. And that's when it really dawned on me that, it's just not sustainable for me to keep making these deck profiles and to keep doing them, and I don't get anything back out of it. I'm not saying that, Vanguard content needs to be locked behind a paywall. I think people that make you pay like $30 an hour for coaching and yet they themselves are not like absolutely perfect in this game. I think it's quite like a fraud, to be honest. Like, you charging people for content that you yourself are not 100% mastered in. I'm very sorry this comes out the wrong way, but it's a fact. I just don't think it's ethical for me to be able to charge people money for that sort of thing. I really just wouldn't. But at the same time, it's also virtually impossible for me to keep making content at my own cost of everything, and I don't really get anything out of it. It's really hard for me to keep maintaining and justifying the economic cost. What am I going to do? Start selling you guys my prize cards? Like, there's no way. I can't even ship this out to people. I don't know how. And my locals can't even afford to buy like some silly ass card like this. But it's mine now. What do I do with this? And it all just piles up in the end. That it's quite difficult for me to warrant, to justify all these kind of things. Let alone to keep making content, even though I do want to make content. I did make an Osra Jess list. I did practice it. I did test it. And there are other decks as well, stuff like Rezail, or there are plenty other decks that I test and I just don't have on me physically, or just can't afford to keep it over longer periods of time. What about decks I've sold off before, like Gandiva? It's a matter of fact. It's just not possible. And that's why, moving on, I do want to announce something, that I am launching channel memberships. I am launching a way for you guys to support me and to kind of get more exclusive content in that sense. And let me explain it real quick. I don't want to sound like a sellout. I'm releasing 2 tiers at this point in time. I'm releasing a Blasters tier for about, I think, $3, and I'm also releasing a Swordsman of Light tier for $7. So for the Blasters tier at $3, it's really just basic channel membership support. It's very similar to DP Yu-Gi-Oh! It's just your way of supporting and giving back to me, and I'm really appreciative if you would like to join it. I wanted to keep it all small. So for the first 2 I'm actually launching, they are relatively small. It's $3 and $7. The $7 is where you get a lot of the more exclusive stuff that you're probably looking for. This includes polls that can help me decide my release schedules as well as the deck profiles that I cover next. Because there are a lot of times where I actually do make deck profiles at a go and I just don't know what order you guys want to see it in. Now you guys get to decide what order I put it in, or if there's a deck you'd like me to cover, and I'm giving options. Not only that, this also directly covers my whole problem with Osra Jess and other decks that I can't afford to build physically. And that is that once a month, at least that's the goal right now, once a month, I'll release one exclusive deck log profile. This deck log profile will be based on a deck that I personally played and tested, and I would basically do like a deck profile for, but I just don't have the physical cards to throw in front of my camera. The only thing is that it will be in a shorter text-based format, so you guys can really read and understand it, with a deck log link, so you guys can reference it or even copy it for your own play in the future. That's the main 2 goals I have moving forward, and I do intend to release a 3rd tier in the future, but that really just depends on how the first 2 tiers go. If there's a lot of overwhelming support and love, I may just release exclusive videos even. But that does not change my current plans. Everything I've mentioned with the channel membership does not change any form of what I have right now. So whatever content you're already getting as is going to stay as is. My release schedules as is will stay as is. There's no such thing as me moving videos to private links and you guys now have to paywall me. I'm not going to do that. So if you're wondering where's my Jet Divines video, if you're wondering where's my Lascaria video, they will come. I will do it eventually, and it will be for everyone, as it rightfully should. So there's no need for you to worry about that. As I mentioned, for the membership deck log profiles that I will do, the first one will obviously be Osra Jess, which is already available right now. So if you do join, you can check it out immediately, and once per month I'll keep doing stuff for D. I may do membership V, but like we'll see how that goes. Okay, we'll see how that goes. Really, it's a project thing that I'm also playing out as well. I'm quite new to this. I also considered stuff like Patreon and whatnot, but I decided to start things small because this is a small community. I don't want to exactly burn out, burst everyone. I can't really offer like a Discord group like Face Gang does. So yeah, all in all though, that's really about all I have to say for today. Again, I am still really thankful to everyone for their support, and I do intend to keep doing YouTube for as long as I can. As long as there are people out there who still learn from my content, as long as there are people who enjoy or are entertained by my content, then yes, I would like to keep doing this as much as possible. That being said though, the channel memberships really don't see it like a form of tax. It's more of just a way to support me. If you do the math yourself, I don't really earn much from offering these memberships, to be honest. But in a way, it does incentivize and help me to keep making videos, putting it out there. And I know there's some Vanguard YouTubers that have a pretty bad rap with YouTube membership, so I understand if this is a relatively more controversial move, but I am still trying, you know, and I hope you guys do enjoy this. I do intend to cover some more decks from DZ 2 when they come out, if I have time. Festival if I can, DZ 3 if I can as well. I'm really excited for Platinum the Blood. I think that comes as no surprise, and I hope to be able to cover as much as I can to share with you guys, because we live in a very exciting era right now where the meta is relatively more diverse, and with the ban list, you know, if they hit Shiranui and whatnot, that'll be really cool. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you all next time, and again, thank you very much.